Hey Jennifer, I'm finally getting to your reading. I had a guest from out of town. I also had a DJ night. I also did a party. Thank you to Sammy for Dawn. I don't know if you know Dawn, but anyway, I think you do. I think you guys are on Instagram together. I think there's pictures of you two together, right? Um, or no, maybe it was Katie. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I appreciate you reaching out to me. It is almost your season. We got Scorpio in the house. So I'm going to do a full Celtic because you paid 25 and that's a Celtic, very comprehensive spread. So I'm going to, what I'll do is, since I don't have like a mounted camera that I can show you this, I'm going to lift up the cards and, go over obviously what the cards are. We did have one that flew out. It's okay. We're gonna see if this comes back out. It's the Nine of Wands. Sometimes that happens because they come out for a reason. So usually when I read for a Scorpio, usually the Death card comes out. Scorpios are usually pretty well acquainted with the Death card, which is death and rebirth. So no worries if the Death card comes out. It's just Scorpio being Scorpio. So I'm going to shuffle one more time, cut the deck with my left hand, do the spread, and then we will go over it. All right. Left hand cut towards me. So we're just I'm going to lay out the cards here, and then I will hold them up, obviously, as we go through this. And we'll go over the cards individually. Okay. Oh, we got 2 for the outcome. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so your current situation, we have the Nine of Swords. Not the best card to pull to start out the reading. But it is what it is, right? So I'm not a sugarcoater, but I do try to deliver things as gently as I can. But anyways, the Nine of Swords is the card of mental health. It can be the card of insomnia, anxiety, depression. It can be there's a couple different things with that because we do have a Two of Wands that's crossing or complementing it. So Nine of Swords, you could be going through it. If I look at what's complementing it, which is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is the card of self-empowerment. It's the card of, being in a healthy partnership with yourself, most importantly, and taking that power back. But it's setting boundaries, following those boundaries. It's self-empowerment. So when I see the Nine of Swords come out underneath the Two of Wands, there's something that says to me that there's something that's either, making you feel less empowered, making you feel less than, making you feel like, I'm not where I need to be. Fortunately, these are minor arcana, meaning that they're temporary energy. But this is my specialty or gift, I guess, is reading current energy. So, that doesn't mean this is going to be forever, and that's why we have a future and an outcome card. So again, current situation is showing, some mental health difficulties, depression, anxiety, insomnia. It could be overthinking. It could be a lot of those things. But either way, it's taking you out of the moment. So the Two of Wands is the card of self-empowerment, but it's also the card of being present. One of the cards, because wands represent fire. So I'll try to give the signs for each of the cards. The Nine of Swords represents Aquarius, and the Two of Wands is Aries. So again, those two combined, it's kind of like the Nine of Swords is one of those kind of mutable, because it represents Aquarius, that this is, this ebbs and flows. The mental health is, issues for everybody, ebbs and flows, and that's what this is saying. But before it can gain a foothold, the Two of Wands is like, what can I do to bring myself back? Self-empowerment. So then we go to your headspace. We have the Magician reversed. So the Magician is the card of Mercury, which is Gemini and Virgo. I think we're at a retrograde. I'm not entirely sure. I think we are. But anyway, the Magician reversed is trying to manifest, being clear with the universe, as above, so below. Whatever I send out, I attract back, right? So if we're in this overthinking, that's the thing. The Magician is the card of wanting you to empower yourself, but you might be wishy-washy, you might be going back and forth, you might have moments of clarity and then you pull it back, or whatever the case is. Scorpios definitely are very well acquainted with the shadow self. They usually do the deep dive. A little bit darker, and you do have the King of Cups in your past, which I like. But I read this Magician reversed really as you trying to, I guess, struggling with things not, coming to fruition the way you are anticipating them to come. There could be, with the Magician reversed, putting that energy out, saying, but I want this, this, and this, but then acting a different way. Or acting away and then saying different. It's almost like, the actions don't match the words. And that's where the Two of Wands comes in, because Two of Wands is about action. Being in partnership with yourself to be like, okay, I want to do something different. I want to do something better. So the Magician, I still love it. Coming up in your headspace saying, okay, let's be clear with the universe about what we want. What do we want to attract? So then we look in the past, we have the King of Cups. You're showing up as the King of Cups. Not gender specific. Sometimes boys and girls can be kings and queens. Doesn't matter. Anyway, King of Cups is how you're presenting. Scorpio King, right? So if you look at the Scorpio King, this is literally rebirth. Coming out of his... That's funny. Okay. It is a cute little... weird bird, amphibious bird, like a platypus, I don't know. But you see the lotus flowers, the lotus flowers grow out of the mud and the muck, and they have to they have to grow through this water to get up to the sun. It's death and rebirth. So you've done a lot of transformation. You've probably done a lot of, I hate to say shadow work, but a lot of self-realization, a lot of I guess we could call it shadow work, but a lot of work on yourself. And of course, we're never done with that, right? But you are presenting as the King of Cups. Could also be a situation where, the past seemed better almost to you. Maybe there's a little bit of nostalgia that's keeping you in the past. Either way, I love that you're showing up as the King of Cups in the past. So being in your essence, right? Being who you need to be. But there's something that's kind of knocking you out of your who you normally are. So we go to the future, so we have baby steps. We have the Page of Wands. So in the near future, the Page of Wands it's Leo, Sag, Aries. I always look at Scorpio as a very, very fiery water sign because you really used to be ruled by Mars. You share that with Aries, before Pluto was discovered. And then some people don't even think Pluto's a planet. So whatever. Anyway, Page of Wands coming up in the future is kind of baby steps. It's that inner child. It's like, we've got to get out of this. This is about action, adventure. This is about not, getting back to, King of Cups status of feeling on top of your game and not letting overthinking or regret or nostalgia or living in the past ruin it. Or even future. Some people live totally in the future. Like, they don't even acknowledge the present. But I do feel that it's more of a past sort of situation. So we have this beautiful Page of Wands. It's like, yeah, let's go. Let's move forward. This is a card of action, adventure, good news, fast-moving energy, good communication. So what's in the foundation of your spread? You have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. There's a lot of stagnation here. There's a lot of like, man, I just want to go. I just want to move forward. But again, are you holding yourself back? I don't necessarily have a self-sabotage card, okay? I don't have an Eight of Swords yet. But it's that sort of energy. Sometimes the Magician reverse can be, I'm saying one thing, but I'm doing another. I'm doing one thing, I'm saying another. So, this Knight of Pentacles is this very overly grounded, kind of stuck, stubborn sort of energy that's in the foundation for your spread. So we need to figure out how to get that moving forward. And I think part of that, again, is that Magician, is the clear intentions, is setting those goals, manifesting. And even if you're not a practitioner, it's just basically prayer. It's saying what you mean and meaning what you say. It's that kind of energy. So anyways, that's that side. So now we're going to go over to the advice column that I have turned over, and we're going to see, this is a little bit of advice, and it's also kind of, it just gives us a little bit more clarification. And that Nine of Wands came out. So that always happens. A card flies out and it's like, no, yes, I'm here. How you feel about your current situation is the Ace of Wands. Absolutely. You're ready to move forward. Sick of the stagnation. And again, I don't look at this as necessarily a work or a love situation. It could be all of that combined, to be honest. It could be a couple different things keeping you stagnant. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. So you could say to yourself, well, does this work? Love, it could apply to a couple different situations. I think it's applying to you just moving forward. And of course, things happen the way they're supposed to happen. So a lot of times, we find a new significant other and a new job and a new house, like all at once. Sometimes that happens. So I just feel like if you're watching this thinking, to answer your question, what area of my life? I think it's really just your path that you're on. Could be spiritual, but I think it's just getting unstuck. I think there's the mental health aspect of it. I think there is the esteem. Like let's get back to where we used to be. So the Ace of Swords again, Ace of Wands, brand new beginning. Good news. Let's push this forward. Again, fire signs, Leo, Sag, Aries. Let's not feel or think about it. Let's do about it, right? So then we look at your external influences. And sometimes I look at this as a direct advice from the cards or the universe. We have the Seven of Pentacles. This is the card of planning. This is the card of reaping what you sow. This is the card of okay, it's harvest. It's not harvest time. It's time to sow the seeds. Because the 8, 9, 10 of Pentacles is the fruition of 8 is the hard work, 9 is the harvest, 10 is the actual, okay, now I have the abundance. Now it's reaping time. So the Seven of Pentacles asks you to plan. And I like the Seven of Pentacles. It's a little bit of a neutral card because it all depends on you. If we go with the garden analogy, we sow the seeds. And some people just sow the seeds and walk away. So you might get some plants. You might get some corn. I don't know. The deer might eat it, whatever. But if you sow these seeds and you take care of them and you water them and you feed them, fertilize and all this, and then take care of them and all of this, that's the planning. So it's asking you to plan. So I'm going to pull a couple cards just for more clarification. We have the Lovers. So big choices, any kind of big choices coming up. And we have the Ten of Swords reversed. So the Ten of Swords, nasty card. When it's reversed, it's about being the worst of it's over. This is an ending. You have a brand new beginning and an ending all in one reading, which I like. It's like, hey, whatever you've been through, you're going through it, especially I would say mental health wise, emotionally, or just feeling stagnant. This is kind of saying, hey, that cycle's going to end. But there's a choice. There's a big choice. Could be love related, but sometimes the Lovers is just making the best choice. I'm going to take what your obstacle is. It's a little bit of a clarifier. So your obstacle is the Six of Swords. It's actually just going and making this decision. It's taking the lessons and all the things that you've learned and kind of taking a slow rowboat over to a calmer island. And it takes time to get there. So be patient with yourself. The Six of Swords is about finding balance, outer balance, basically. Sometimes we can't control things. Sometimes things happen. But the best things you can do is plan with that Seven of Pentacles. Make the right choices with the Lovers card. And then you've been through the worst of it at this point. And it's time to start feeling better about your situation. Feeling better about, because you're right where you need to be. If there's that kind of I don't know. The Six of Swords is if you don't feel that, you'll soon feel okay, I get it. Sometimes we get rerouted. It's a little bit of that. I thought I was on this journey. Now I'm on a different journey. That's all it is. Hopes and fears. We have the Five of Wands. So this is a fear card. The Five of Wands is the fear of failure, debate. It's almost like surrendering. I can't do this. I gotta give up, which could be seen as failure. So that's coming out in your hopes and fears. It's a total fear card. It's a minor arcana. It's a 5. So it's you kind of know that's okay, is this realistic? Yes. If you don't want a self-fulfilling prophecy with this, it's a minor, but it's still here. The Five of Wands is, kind of the card of should I just give up, surrender? I'm not going to win this argument. I'm not going to win this. Or even if it's not really about that, it's really kind of about moving forward despite, all right? Because it's Wands. So then we go to your outcome, and 2 of them came out. And again, I knew it. This 9 of Wands, I knew it. That's why you got 2 in your outcome. So if we look at the original card, we have Temperance. Temperance is the card of Sagittarius. There's a lot of fire on this. And fire is always, any wands and fire talk about movement forward. You got to do something. Yes, there's planning that has to go into this, but then there's also the work that has to be put in. So we have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is the alchemist, turning lead into gold, pouring the past into pouring the past into the present for a great future, or for a future that you can say yes, this is the future that I put my heart and soul and sometimes money into. The Temperance is also the card of moderation. It's the card of peace. It's a card of peace coming through patience, moderation, time. Time is an ingredient with this card. All right. And then you get the Nine of Wands. It's the wounded warrior. The Nine of Wands is also, you have two cards of Sag. These are both kind of, Sag. So the nine, and this is kind of a minimalist deck, so the Nine of Wands usually is a guy, he has his head wrapped, his arm in a sling. A lot of times this can be recovery from mental health issues. It can be any kind of issues, to be honest. It's putting yourself back in the battle, the race, the game, whatever. This is like, oh man, am I ready? Well, there's no time like the present. Let's just do it. I'm not going to get a personal invitation. It's not going to get any better until I decide to put myself full body. Somebody quoted to me once, why half-ass it when you can full-ass it, right? It's that. I like it. I like this reading. It's a very strong reading. It's a very cathartic reading. If I hope it resonates with you. Let me know if you need any clarification. I am going to Texas tomorrow, but I do take my cards with me. So I take them everywhere I go, because inevitably people want readings, which I love. So I hope this helps. But again, you're showing up as this King of Cups. I want you to get back to this. The King of Cups is like empathic, caring, nurturing, empathic, solid. Can be somewhat introverted, but successful, especially emotionally, especially maturity wise, especially being just really, 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 really focused. And I don't know if the word's focused, but just being in line with your feelings and with, and putting those into action. And I want you to get back to this King of Cups. So I hope that helps, Jennifer. And I'm assuming your name's Jennifer just because maybe your last name's Blueberries. That's pretty sweet. But anyways, let me know what you think, and thank you for your patience.